Everyone, welcome back to another beautiful week. This is the Divine Feminine 101. I hope you're all having a good week. It's really good to be back, and I hope you don't mind the sound and the noise and everything and the breeze in the background. I needed a breath of fresh air today, so I'm sitting out here on this beautiful terrace. Oh, you should see it. It's absolutely fantastic. I'll try to do a video and attach it if I can. Okay, so today we're talking about how women should know their worth. Today's segment is called Know Your Worth. And the reason why I concluded to do this segment today was because I was talking to a younger friend of mine, a young lady, and Sunday was Val's. I hope you all had a good Val's, by the way. So Sunday was Val's Day, and she's someone that we have conversations back and forth, and she calls me Sunday night. Obviously I was indisposed, so I wasn't able to pick up the phone, and I missed her calls. So on Monday I noticed she had called me about maybe 3 times. I was really I still had some Valentine's orders to put out. So she had called me as well, and I knew something was wrong. So on Tuesday I call her back, and on Monday I did return her calls and she didn't say anything, but I knew there was a problem. So on Tuesday she calls me again, and this time around, so I just thought, okay, fine, you know what, I'm going to ask her what's going on. So I'm like, okay, so how was your vows? I knew that was what it was about. And so funny thing happened was she was actually telling me what had happened for vows, but what she did in the same vein was that she was actually making excuses. So she goes like this: oh yeah, my vows was all right. I said, okay, so how's the mister, the man in her life, her boyfriend? And she goes, yeah, he's fine. Okay, so where did you guys go for vows? Did you guys do anything? Were you able to spend time together and everything? And she goes, no, I didn't see him at all, but I told you things weren't going so great for him. Oh, I told you that he doesn't have a lot of money at the moment. Oh, I told you this and I told you that. And I'm like, okay, did you at least receive a phone call? Oh, no, because I'm sure he was really depressed. And I'm thinking, so what are you calling me for? You already have the answers to everything. Like, I know you're calling because you needed to talk, but in the same vein, she was making excuses for him. And I ended up saying to her, like, you can't keep accepting like bad behavior. I'm not saying that vows is something to pick a fight over, but what I'm saying is it's clearly very important to her, because otherwise she wouldn't have been trying to talk to someone about it. So it's clearly very important to her, but obviously, and most of the time it's not even that important to guys, but they just do these things. They go out of their way for the woman in their lives. Do you understand? Because they know that it's important to the woman, so you do it anyway. Just, you want to make her happy, and that's how it works. So so that happened, and she was making excuses for him. So I said to her, you really have to know your worth in this relationship. Somebody is giving you like a bunch of excuses 2 weeks before vows, or like a month before vows, that is clearly important to you. It's a different thing if it's not that important, but clearly important to you. So he's giving you all this fancy excuses, and you're actually repeating it back to me. So like, you should know your worth. And I think in the same vein that what causes this is actually insecurity, and I'm going to speak a little about insecurity. So it was first introduced, insecurity, in the Bible. So I'm sorry, I keep going back to the Bible. It's because I identify with the Christian faith, and I don't know other story. I know the Bible story, so it's easier for me to pick something I feel like a lot of people can relate to. So insecurity was first introduced in the Bible, I think, with Adam and Eve, right? And why did I say that? Because so initially, when God created Adam and then created Eve, they were walking around Eden, the Garden of Eden, totally naked, and they didn't even realize that there was something wrong. But as soon as they compromised, they committed some form of sin, because I think compromise or sin, or what you might call it, is is the easiest way to make especially a woman very insecure. Today we're focusing on the women. So especially a woman very insecure. So I mean, until they compromised and then they both realized, oh now we're naked, and they became insecure even with God. Do you understand? So it was due to some form of sin, some form of compromise, something, and that was when they realized, they were totally naked in the Garden of Eden, and they were trying to hide themselves from God. So if you notice, when a young girl starts to become intimate, like have sex, or she has a boyfriend, like a really young girl in her teenage years, her attitude kind of changes, especially when she starts being intimate with a man. Her attitude changes. She's more aware of herself. She can have a bit more attitude, like become maybe she becomes a bit of a know-it-all, if that makes any sense. So anyway, so and why did I say insecurity breeds from compromise? Okay, so let's go back to the devil. Excuse me, let's go back to the Bible. So I was going to say something about the devil, which is the snake that tempted Adam, that tempted Eve. So, and a snake in the Bible is actually referred to as the devil. So so let's just say so the snake goes to Eve and offers her an apple. Okay, so eat out of this apple. Compromise. I mean, there's a very popular argument that says that the apple is actually eating of the apple represents having sex. So what Adam and Eve actually did was they actually had sex. I don't know how true that is. I mean, it's an argument that it's referred to in the Bible as biting an apple, but obviously presented in the Bible as biting an apple. So I don't know how true this is, but I mean that's the argument. So I feel like compromise is, sin in Christian religion obviously is committing one of the sins which were instructed in the Bible, in the Ten Commandments, that don't lie, don't cheat, don't steal. But I feel like I would rather use the word compromise, because it's not just for Christians, it's for everybody. So compromise might be anything you do that actually requires doing something you wouldn't have done normally. For instance, biting that apple for me would be when a lot of women would compromise just to wear for hair, for wigs or whatever it is. There was a video of this married woman, or this woman that was stealing like a bone straight hair from a shop. That's like the height of it. What manner of insecurity would make you go out of your way to steal something just because it's a trend? Everybody's using it right now. In another 6 months, people will probably forget about it and go on curly hair or whatever it is, and then you have to compromise. She may have kids, anything, and people have to see how to, and then you're rocking the hair knowing fully well you stole it from a shop. So compromise will be girls doing anything to carry bags, Gucci bags, Fendi bags, or whatever it is, shoes, trips abroad, or whatever it is. A lot of females today would do anything just to have these things. And so I just feel like it's a major form. And then they now feel so insecure, because if you would compromise or do anything just to have a bag, what happens when you don't have that bag? You start to feel insecure in comparison to your peers. So it's quite a lot. Insecurity goes very, very deep. Like you see a lot of young ladies on Instagram, just doing whatever it is. People will do anything these days for likes. That is, it can be very deep. I think the form of insecurity is quite deep. An insecure woman. So let's look at the characteristics of an insecure woman. An insecure woman cannot evolve as a collective of women. Okay, so here's what I mean by that. An insecure woman will hate on other women for no reason. Okay, maybe just because she has more money, or she has more bags or more shoes, or she's prettier, or she's more intelligent, or whatever it is. An insecure woman will hate on such a woman. Why? Oh, I'm better than her. Who does she think she is? She's this, she's that, and she's the other. You know, and those things, those unnecessary hate is born out of insecurity. In my opinion, sometimes, you know, a woman would actually miss her blessings. For instance, it might be this other woman, you know, God had sent to be some kind of like a divine helper in her life, but she would miss that blessing because she's busy hating on such a woman. Oh, she's this, who does she think she is? Oh, she thinks she's better than me. Oh, she thinks, you know, and that's the characteristics of an insecure woman. They tend to miss their blessings, especially if it's coming through another woman that she's hating on for no reason. You know, so a lot of women actually even buy like really expensive stuff just to oppress other women. They would buy Gucci bags, this Fendi bag, that and that and that and that. Oh, I'm wearing this, it's all on Instagram. Oh, I'm driving this, my new car, this. And most of the time, it's to oppress other women. Because if it's left to men, I don't think they care that much. I don't believe that, I mean, if your body is tight and you're looking right and you're looking gorgeous and everything, I don't think a man really cares if your body is actually, if it's adorned in Gucci or River Island or Mango. I think what is important to a man will be the style, the attitude, and the body that actually adorns such an outfit. A man who wants to hold this woman in his arm and she's well dressed and looking elegant and she has the right attitude and she looks right, you know, that's, I'm talking about a decent classic man, not a classic man, like a proper husband material. He wants a decent woman. I mean, do you understand? It's not about wearing Gucci from head to toe or wearing Fendi from head to toe. If you're well dressed and you look good, you know, that sort of a woman makes him look good in public. He looks like a responsible man, like he's taking care of his home. You know, he takes care of his own, so it makes him look good in public as well. I mean, or sorry, she makes him look good. So you know how they say behind every successful man is a woman. You would want to see such a man proud to hold his woman on his arm. It doesn't really matter if she's adorned in Gucci or a designer that nobody even knows, or a tailor, as long as she looks really good in it and she has the right attitude for it. So an insecure woman in a relationship will seek the approval of her man. And how does that work? You know, if he's not happy with something, I mean, there's no compromise, there's no talking about it. She starts to work really hard to seek his approval. If she has an attitude today, she's working hard to make him happy. Then it starts to make unnecessary demands. You know, it could be demands monetary or sexually or whatever it is. I mean, you would see a man just trying to see how far a woman would bend and would say to her, I mean, I mentioned this like very briefly in my last video, like he would say to a woman, okay, yeah, well, we've been together such a long time, I'm getting bored, you know, bring two of your friends, let's have a good time. And just, if you're into that, you're into that, right? But if you're not into that and you're just doing it to make this man happy, then it doesn't make any sense. Because the more you bend and the more he sees that you're such a pushover, the more it lessens his value for you. Your value lessens in his eyes. I mean, a good example would be, okay, look at Coming to America, right? When he traveled to look for a bride, just before he went, his father tried to hook him up with some girl, and you know, in his first conversation with the girl, he was like, okay, so what do you like? Because he would expect that a woman will have a mind of her own, right? And understand that a happy woman makes a happy home. So if she's happy, she has a mind of her own, you know, the man in turn will be very happy. So what do you like? Whatever you like. What kind of music do you like? Whatever kind of music. Instantly her value lessened. She became like really, really small because she didn't have a mind of her own, and she would do anything, you know, in other words, to make him happy, to please him. And this man actually said something: I want a woman that would arouse my intellect as well as my loins. So a lot of women today, just think attract a man's loins, wear tight clothes, be naked or whatever it is, and that would attract a man. It would attract a man, not just a quality man. If you're looking for a high value kind of man that will honor you and love you and treat you as a valuable woman, you have to be a valuable woman as well. Not like, you just to catch a man, just expose yourself or walk around naked or be on Instagram clapping your butt cheeks and everything. You will attract attention, just the wrong kind of attention, and it's all breeds. I mean, it's all from insecurity, to be honest. That's how I see it. Anyway, so an insecure woman in marriage tears down her home. And how does she do this? She would nag the man. Oh my God. Oh, he's gone out late. He's gone to the clubs with his friends. Where are you coming from? What time are you coming back? How dare you? Don't step out. And he wakes up in the morning, it's nagging. He goes out in the afternoon, it's nagging. Through text messages, you're such an you this man, you're so stupid, he comes back at night, it's nagging. Because she's insecure. She probably feels like, okay, so whenever you're out, oh, she's killing him with phone calls. Where are you? What did you sleep? Who did you see? What did you say? What did you eat? What did you drink? That would drive anybody crazy. Oh my God. And an insecure woman in marriage also exposes her husband. How does she do this? He ain't shit. He earns this amount. Oh, he cheated yesterday. Oh, he's out and about cheating. And she's telling all her friends, and they're giving her advice. Now you're talking to friends that probably don't have a man, so they're giving you whatever advice. They're probably even jealous that you have a man and they don't, so they're giving you bad advice anyway. So she's exposing him. Oh, he did this. He ain't shit. He's this, that. He did this. He did that. He offended me. He cheated. And then a week later, you've actually forgiven the man. But guess what? All the people you told all the negative things about him are not going to forgive him that easy. Because first of all, some of them actually genuinely care about you. So they feel like, why are you subjecting yourself to this horrible behavior? I mean, this horrible behavior probably comes like once in 2 years in a marriage, but an insecure woman will forget all the good times and capitalize on the one wrong. I'm not saying cheating is acceptable, absolutely not, but you don't throw out your marriage because of a mistake. Now, if it's constant and it's unbearable, I mean, that's a whole different story. But he makes a mistake, it might be cheating, it could be anything, and your friends are saying, oh, leave him alone, he's such a this, he's such a that, when if the situation is well handled, can actually even make the marriage stronger or the relationship or whatever. But an insecure woman will go to her friends and talk, and guess what, even when the matter is like long forgotten, the friends have not forgotten it. In fact, what happens is they help to spread the news. So what they start to do is, imagine someone says the woman has gone out told other friends. Then about a month later, all is forgotten and he's behaving so well and everything. And then someone comes and says, oh, she's such a lucky girl. Her husband really takes care of her. The other person would say, well, yeah, I mean, she appears lucky, but he's always cheating on her anyway, so what's the big deal? It's not even like he's such a good guy. Like, he's always doing this, he's always doing that. Oh, because he has money now, he's usually very broke. She told me, he earns this, he earns that. Can they even afford the holiday they're going on? She exposes her husband. An insecure woman does. So, I mean, as a single woman, society encourages women to be insecure. Oh my God. I mean, if you ask any young girl today, like, okay, so what would be your ideal husband material? She'd say, he has to be rich. It's all about money. I'm not saying money is not important. It is absolutely important. But having the ability, it's not just making the money, to retain the money, having a vision, having goals, having aspirations is actually a lot bigger than just having that money now. But a lot of young girls are just like, I don't care, it's just money. Yeah, he must have money and be very good looking. Now, okay, so that prayer is answered and God answers your prayer and gives you this gorgeous Adonis, extremely wealthy. Do you know that's community property? I'm just saying. Because if you can handle the amount of chat ups, or the amount of women that would actually give him some kind of signal outside, because he's so gorgeous, so God answers your prayers. And that's like a slippery slope to an insecure woman's downfall, right? Because every woman is checking him out, every woman is giving him numbers. Can you actually handle that which you pray for? So that's what a lot of women today consider high value, a high valued man, to having wealth and being good looking. What happens when he's broke tomorrow? That's the end of his value, right? What happens if heaven forbid, he's not as gorgeous as he used to be? Because believe you me, if a man is not treating you right, he doesn't value you as a woman, he talks down to you, he treats you, he doesn't honor you, he starts to look ugly no matter how good looking he is. Do you understand? So if you're looking for rich and good looking, what if he doesn't have the capacity to honor and value you as a woman? Does that even matter? So the society teaches women, just wear tight clothes, just wear this bikini. Oh God, get your body right, suck out fat, put it in your bum, do your lips up, take out your ribs, and then you will snag him. He will stay there with you forever. Really? Okay, no problem. All that means is that in old age you have like really, really saggy pants. With no man, maybe end up like the old woman with lots of cats running around. I'm just saying, because that's what people think looking for value is these days. Just wear tight clothes, or even better, expose yourself altogether. Just go naked on Instagram and clap your butt cheeks. Yes, you can get a husband through that, but trust me, it's not the sort of husband you actually want. That's the truth. That's the bottom line. That's all I'm going to say about it. Society tells a woman, shoot your shot. Really? Okay, like, I'm really from the Stone Ages, right? I'm a very traditional woman. And I identify with the Christian faith. And my Bible says when a man finds a wife, he has to find. I'm not going out looking for no man. I'm sorry. A woman that knows her worth does not chase. Shoot your shot, really. Because what happens is, when you chase a man, first of all, you never get the man you chase, and then you actually lose yourself in the process of chasing him, because it's beneath you as a woman. My Bible says to me, women are carefully and wonderfully made. You're not the chaser, you're the helpmeet of a man, which means a man will go out find. Don't ever chase a man. But society today says shoot your shot. Now let's just say, for argument's sake, you actually get the man. What happens is that forever you continuously have self-doubt, because there's always that question of what if you didn't go to him, he would have ever come to you? What if he's not really that attracted to you? What if, so you just put so much expectation on this man, so much expectation, like, oh, you have to do this, you have to make me feel secure. No, he doesn't have to make you feel secure. He didn't come after you. If you know your worth, if he's not chasing you, then leave him be. Then he's not the one for you. There's this saying like, rejection is not, it's like a blessing. Do you understand? If he's not man enough, not assertive enough to chase you, then he's not man enough to keep you. That's the truth. Because you chase a man, okay, so he gets into the relationship, okay, because maybe there's nothing better at that time, and then you get married to him, and then he meets somebody that he really likes, and then you start to feel insecure, because what if he never would have come after you? So when you're out and you see this gorgeous guy or whatever, and he's not talking to you, keep him moving. Trust me, keep him moving, because there's always that shadow of doubt that what if he's not that attracted? What if he's only going along with the flow because you do anything for him at the moment? What if? So if that breeds insecurity naturally, and then you think, he actually likes this certain kind of women, curvy women. Okay, so let me do my boobs, and let me do my butt, let me do my lips. You will continuously chase to get his approval. I mean, girls today will change their religion. He's not even married to you. Like, seriously, change their religion, change their country, change everything. I mean, if you guys are married, then that's great. But if he's not married to you and you converted, you know, it's just you keep lessening your value as a woman. Doesn't mean he will marry you, he will. It's just, how secure would you be in such a marriage? Let him take the lead. Let him play his role. His role as a man is to lead. I know that sounds really stone cage, but if you want to protect your house as a woman, you allow a man to lead. Let him take the lead, you know? Let him take the lead. So, I mean, that's the bottom line. Because the truth is that, you know, some women, you meet a man and you've met him, you've gone on a date and he's not calling or whatever it is. Leave him be. If he's not calling you, just leave him be. Trust me. If he's that into you, he will call you. You know, most women think, oh, just call his phone like 300 times a day, or call him with a different number. So he didn't pick up your call. Then you think when you call him with a different number, things will magically be different. No, he will pick up the phone because he doesn't know it's you. And the moment he finds out it's you, he will block that number as well, or something. You know, so I think a woman should really know her worth. It's that way you protect your heart and everything. And a lot of women find it very hard to say, oh, you know, the new age woman, what is submit to your husband? There's nothing like that. There's a lot like that, because the truth is that if you're with the right man, because what submission, for me, what submission means is when a man is taking the lead, it's his goals, his aspirations. Like when you meet a man, you should be asking him, what are your long-term plans? What are your short-term plans? It has to somewhat fit into yours. To an extent. It's not just because, oh, society said I have to be married before I'm 30. Oh my God, let me go along with whatever. Okay, so this man wants to go and live in the caves. No, I actually want to live in the city. Oh, this man wants to, I'm not saying you can't compromise, but there are some things that there's no compromise and you're changing your entire life. So this man says, I can only marry a woman that is Christian, and then you're from a Muslim background. You're like, okay, yeah, he has not married you yet, but yeah, let's change religion. Just so, because society says I must, by the time I'm 20, I must be married, or by the time I'm 30, I must be married, or if I'm 40 and I'm not married, I'm a bad person. No. If you rush into it, you're rushing out of it. If you don't rush out of it, you'll probably be unhappy in it. A lot of people today, when you talk about married, they literally close their ears, like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. But it should be enjoyed and not endured. It's just people, the process to that marriage, a lot of people probably got it wrong somewhere in the middle. So when a man is treating you right and everything, it's not that difficult to submit, especially if you two have similar goals and aspirations. Then you can submit to his vision, not be submissive and be a doormat and let him stamp all over you and treat you like shit. No, it's submitting to his vision, because at some point, in some way, shape or form, it's almost merging with your vision for your future. You both want 2 kids. You want to live with the white picket fences. You want to live abroad. You want to do this. You want to do that. It's similar to your vision, because this man is high value, and everything you want in a man, plus the way he treats you as a woman, is right. And not because society said, when I've clapped my butt cheeks and I hook him up the Instagram, he doesn't need to have any future. He has money, so I can fly on private jets, and 10 years down the line, we're all going to be happy. It doesn't work like that. It does not work like that at all. So a woman that knows her worth lives her life. She does not cave under the pressure of society. I'm not saying relax and don't be in a relationship, but it's not your job to find a man. He will find you when the time is right. Just keep doing what you're doing, walk in your purpose, do what you're supposed to be doing, and somewhere along the lines, you will meet that person that both of you can work together. So, do you have a wonderful, wonderful week? Thank you. I'm really enjoying the breeze. I hope you don't mind. I apologize for all the noise and everything, but do stay blessed, and namaste. Thank you.